Hello, friends. Nice to see you here. Whether you're joining me live now or catching the replay, all good. Although, know that each of these sessions in the Mastermind Success Method workshop will be coming down next week. So, you need to make sure that you get through these videos because I am bringing it for you, hopefully, giving you some big realizations, hopefully, leading you to create your own high value offer that gets your clients better results and gets you way better results, revenue, more fun in your business, and just bringing in the kind of clients that you love, right? Today, I was on my Mastermind Success Secrets group call, got to speak with all my beautiful clients, and it just lights me up. I love it. I love my clients. I love being able to serve them in this way. I feel so much better than leaving them to their own devices, doing a course that I know they're not going to get the results, the feedback, the support, and the guidance. So that makes me happy. So I want the same for you. Maybe you've already got a course or something that's working well for you, but you'd like to get it working a little bit better. We're going to be talking about pricing today. How exciting. I'm excited about pricing. I get asked, this is the most common question. I get asked all the time, what should I charge? Is this the right price? How could I increase my prices? Well, we're going to have all those questions answered today, and time for you to ask them live as well. I'm just going to pop up my other screen so I can see what's going on this one. It's always a little bit more difficult because I don't know why, just is eCam live. It doesn't tell me what's going on as much. But if you are new to the workshop, we've already done session 1. It is in the group already, so you can go back and watch that. We talked about really the big problem with online courses and why you might want to think about creating a higher value program. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to charge a fortune for it. Generally, yes, you will charge more than you're charging now, but don't be scared about what you might have to charge. It might just be a small tweak. And actually, what I have done with a couple of clients, and this has worked really well for them, is I've actually reduced the price of their program. That's then enabled them to sell that signature offer hands-free and then still have a mastermind off the back of that as well. So there's a lot of, I'm not necessarily always going to tell you to raise your prices. Your price may be the issue standing in the way of your conversions, right? So we will talk about some proven price points today, and you can ask questions about those as well. I even today in laser coaching call in Mastermind Success Secrets, someone said, what do you think about this price? And I was like, don't like that price. It's just not a price that converts. Doesn't work well. I'd rather you go here or here, and that's it. So I'm pretty definitive. So if you've got any questions, even if you're listening in on the replay, please pop them in, and happy to answer them and give you my kind of experienced opinion, right? I've been doing this for a while. I've seen behind the scenes when I used to run ad campaigns. I've seen behind the scenes of a lot of people's funnels. Ooh, sounds interesting, right? So I generally know what kind of works and what doesn't. Sometimes it does require a bit of testing, but generally with prices, we've got it sorted. So it's all good. So welcome. If you haven't got your workbook yet, I printed mine out. I printed one the other day, actually, and here you go. Look at this. I hadn't had my jets. I need to call my jets. My jets weren't working. Oh, you probably can't see this very well. Hang on. I can never work out which way to put it. Anyway, you can't really see it that well, but one is green and one is red. That's obviously the right one. The other one, you can't really see it, but it's literally green. I look like Princess Fiona from Shrek. So, no, we will not be using that one. Hate to be unsustainable, but only print one out. And we filled in yesterday's, and we're up to session 2 today. So if you do not have this workbook, you just go to victoriagibson.com/workbook. Is this, why have I not got my thing on? Oh, there we go. I was just checking that was working. /workbook, and you can instantly download, follow along. You can follow along on the screen and scroll some notes. That's totally fine as well. So yes, today, 3 fear-free keys to raising your prices without losing clients. And look, actually, when I thought about that title, I was like, yeah, you might lose some clients, but that could be good. You could get better clients who pay you more, and you actually need far fewer clients than what you've got now. That might not be as much of a problem for you, right? So anyway, today that's what we're looking at talking about. I want to make sure you've got your workbook. What else? I want to make sure you hashtag replay if you're not here live, but if you are here live, please just hit the like button so that I know that you can hear me, you can see me. I will just double check that we are going in there. I think we are. Great. I can see it in there. I'll be able to see your comments and answer those live too. So great to have you here. And now look, when I was talking about running Facebook ad campaigns and seeing behind people's funnels, that also is kind of where I got started online after jumping out of corporate a decade ago, where, you know, I could be in control at corporate, manage a team, tell them what to do, you know, run a big shopping centre and have a team under me who did a lot of the stuff. And coming into corporate, right? I mean, coming out of corporate and into business is a bit of a shock to the system. You kind of have to, when you're starting out, you kind of got to do everything yourself, right? Unless you are that smart and savvy to invest in team up front, generally you'll find yourself doing a lot of the stuff yourself. But when I got started, I started out and finally, after lots of stop-starts, worked out what my niche was going to be, which was going to be Facebook ads, teaching people how to use Facebook ads to grow their business, mainly our kind of market, service-based entrepreneurs. And because I was just getting started, I didn't know what to charge, and I was thinking, well, I'm not that good at it yet. I mean, I'd spent $5,000 US learning about Facebook ads, in a course, which was a great course, by the way, and that was in 2011. So it's well ahead of the curve there, learning all about Facebook ads. And I remember going, oh, these are so awesome. Having had a marketing background in many years gone by, I realized, you know, the cost of marketing for businesses used to be huge, but with Facebook, it really isn't. So it's easy for us as entrepreneurs and online marketers to be like, Facebook, it's so expensive, have to spend so much money on ads. And then you go, it used to cost in Melbourne, Australia, where I live, it used to cost $30,000 to put a full page ad in the Herald Sun newspaper, which is one of our local newspapers. $30,000. So that's what a business would be looking for kind of really big exposure. Guess what? More people than read the Herald Sun in a day, particularly now, obviously this was like 20 years ago or something. That was 20 years ago, by the way. It was $30,000. So think about that. $30,000 for one page in one newspaper that's going to be screwed up at the end of the day, and that's that, right? You haven't got their email list. You don't even know who's seen it. You can't necessarily follow up with them. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but this is when people freak out about Facebook ads. I'm like, hello, it is about, not only do you know who's opted in for your stuff and you can see who's even seen your ads, you can go back to them and show them something else if they didn't like that first thing you showed them. So yeah, as you can tell, I love Facebook ads. But anyway, when I was starting out, I was like, yeah, I love Facebook ads. Don't really know that much, so I'll charge $150 a week. And that's all well and good, right? $150 a week for tinkering around and creating ads, writing the copy, putting the image together, putting it all in there, getting people opt-ins. And back then, can you imagine the opt-ins that you could get in 2011? Why the hell wasn't I running more of my own ads? Well, I was running my ads, but of course I was like, well, I'll just spend, a little bit. And I did grow my list to 10,000 people quite quickly, actually, thinking about it. It was really cheap and easy to get opt-ins. But yeah, look, it still is relatively, so definitely don't throw that away. But look, I was doing $150 a week. I get a few clients. Luckily I had some corporate consulting gigs to keep me in shoes. Otherwise I would have gone broke pretty quickly, right? Single mother, raising 2 kids, have these expenses. I like my lifestyle, right? There's things I like to buy. $150. Where the hell did I land on that price, right? Now I just scoff at it thinking, what? No way. And really what that was about was, it was just a lack of understanding business math. That wasn't going to create a sustainable business. I was pricing my services, I was pricing my services based on a faulty strategy, which is what I thought I was worth, or as an apology, rather than lead to get sustainable results for my business. I can see my screen is breaking up, so hopefully that does not continue. So anyway, I had basic ignorance about business math. Hopefully comment and let me know if that's the case. If it's starting to break up or you can't hear me, let me know. So what I ended up having to do was take a lot of done for you clients, because of course, what do people say when you first sort of put your offer out there? You haven't got your message that dialed in. And I was talking about Facebook ads, talking about lead generation. Everyone's like, great, can you just do it for me, right? Because that's what everyone wants, to outsource their Facebook ads, because most people have a belief that it's really hard and that it sucks and they just want you to do it, right? And if you haven't got your pricing dialed in yet on even done for you, then you're going to really struggle when it comes to online courses, right? Like there I was charging $150 for done for you, right? That was like the highest level of problem to solve. And there I was charging the lowest amount because, hey, I was just getting started out. I just want to get some results for people. And maybe they could do some testimonials. Like, who here has done that, right? Who here thinks that, well, I'm not really the best expert yet. I'm not that great at it yet. Doesn't matter. I'm not telling you to go out there and tell people you're great at something you're not. I'm not. Everybody's got to learn and get better. You can charge appropriately, yes, but you do not undercharge as an apology for who you are or what your skill level is. You charge based on the outcome and the value that you create. You don't charge based on the process that you deliver. You don't charge because you've got 8 modules versus 6. Okay, we charge based on the outcome and the value that you create. Okay, so when I had to take on just done for you while I was developing my Facebook ads course, by the way, my Facebook ads course was going to be $97 to start because, hey, don't want to, actually, there was a lot of $97 courses. They were, social media courses were selling quite well. Lewis Howes had a LinkedIn course for $97. He made absolute mozza on. And Melanie Duncan had a Pinterest one for $97. So I was kind of looking at the competition. We're going to talk about looking at the marketplace and the competition there as well. Oh, hi Trina, how are you? Glad that lands for you. We got more of that. Oops, I've turned on my other one. Don't mind me. Oh, jeepers creepers. Here we go. Turn that off. So, but I can see your comments over there. So I kind of have to go over there. So yes, so while I was building the online course at $97, charging $150 a week, my business math, look, I was never good at math at school, but this was like starting to get dire because that was not going to grow me a business. And of course it felt like, you know, even as I skilled up and as I started charging $5,000 a month for Facebook ads, so that was a lot from what's that, $600 a month to $5,000. Even, hey, for all intents and purposes, I should have been really happy with that. But what happened was $5,000 a month meant a lot of my time was getting taken up by running Facebook ad campaigns, which meant I didn't have the time then to market my business, to create my own funnels. So there I was getting people great results and clients and money using their Facebook ads, but I wasn't growing my own. So it's just not a great path to growing your business. Undercharging and over-delivering, it's not fun. But I think sometimes we all have to do it at one point or another to know that we can't keep doing it. But oftentimes I see my clients really stuck with this and stuck in this paradigm of undercharging and over-delivering. And it is costing you more than just that missed revenue. It's costing you time, energy, experiences with your loved ones, your sanity, your mood. All of those things come when we do not have our business math dialed in. So yes, this live workshop is about creating your own profitable mastermind, and pricing is a key of that, because key to that is probably what I should say, is that it really unlocks so much more ease and flow in your business. Your mastermind can look a whole different ways, and I'm going to give you lots of different examples of how my clients have created theirs at different price points, because everyone just wants to say, okay, well, I do a mastermind, how much do I charge, right? But it's about more than that. It's about the outcome that you deliver. It's about the cost of the problem that your audience is facing, okay, in more than just financial costs and financial terms, all right? So you're probably coming to this going, great, she's going to give me like the price to charge. There's more layers to it than that. So stick with me, because this is big work. This is one of the fundamental problems that you need to solve moving forward with your business, okay? So I had, when I was creating my 197 online course, and look, I made about $3,000 selling that on a webinar a couple of times, and wasn't really going to be enough, right? In the back of my mind, excuse me, so I started the Facebook ads niche, dropped out of corporate 2010, started Facebook ads in earnest 2011, made some money out of it, started doing done for you services, did a course, made a little bit of cash, but I didn't really find myself dialed in because I felt myself having to go back to done for you all the time because that was what would give me the larger chunks of money. Yet that is also what would rob me of the time to grow. Okay, so there I was. I had actually gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of creating an online course, but it wasn't giving me the chunks of cash that I needed to keep moving forward. So of course I just fell back on done for you. Now, there's probably also another element about being visible and putting yourself out there that came into that. It was easier to just stay behind the scenes. That happened to me for a long time. Who here hit me a like or a love button if you know what that feels like, where it's like, hey, it's kind of easier to just do stuff for other people because then we don't have to step up, we don't have to be out there, we don't have to put our heads on the chopping block, right? But I did have, ever since starting the Mastermind in 2011 with Marie Folio, I did have this real desire and drive to start a group of women that could support one another, like I'd done in that group. And being able to bring women together who wanted to grow their business, all have the same dream. They might be in different industries, they might be at different levels. It doesn't matter. We all come together, support each other, be connected in a nice boutique group. It doesn't have to be one with hundreds and thousands of people in it, or hundreds, or even, 50 people in it can often fill a lot of people, right? You want to be seen, heard, have the ability to connect, follow other people's story. Oh, good, thanks for that. I love it. Sorry, there's a delay when I see those, so thanks for the love heart. I appreciate it. So, anyway, I definitely had that desire in 2011, but imposter syndrome kept coming up. That was the same imposter syndrome that kept me in done for you work, right? No, I can't be a guru. I can't lead a mastermind. And isn't it funny when people say things to you too? You never really hold on to the positive things. You hold on to the negative things. And Laura Rhoda used to coach in Marie Folio's mastermind. And on one hot seat, she said, well, what is it that you really want to do? And I said, I really want to have a mastermind, kind of like this. And she goes, no, you're just saying that because Marie's got one. Like, it's because you're in Marie's and you want to be like Marie. And I was just like, no, I do want one, right? But it was funny is I kept saying, well, I can't do it because she said I couldn't do it, which was absolute crap. And of course I could do it. And it was only when I joined my next mastermind, Marie, I've been in lots of masterminds, helps get you where you need to go, right? And that he said to me, well, I think you'd be really good at that, so why don't you do it? Oh, no, then I had every single excuse under the sun as to why I wouldn't be able to do it. And then it got to the point where I was like, well, I'm paying this guy to tell me what to do, so I really need to go and do it. So I created a sales page for a workshop. This was an in-person workshop, and you can do these with webinars. I didn't even do a webinar at the time. I'd done a webinar for my Facebook ads course, so hey, I should have done that, but I didn't realize how to do them. I wasn't really sure on how to do it for a coaching program. So I thought, well, great, I'll invite people to come to a workshop. It was a $97 workshop. They came along, and then I run some ads to, maybe I did do a webinar from memory. No, maybe I did. I did a webinar and a workshop. I think I actually did, funnily enough. I invited people onto a call, ended up getting 9 people for $9,000 into my first mastermind. So that was $81,000. So I went from what I was charging $197 for some information to $9,000. Now that makes a big difference in how the price that you charge commands your attention and your involvement in how to grow something that can keep paying you again and again. And then that became a vehicle for massive transformation in my own business. And like I said, I always knew I wanted to do the mastermind, but once I already just did the first round, I was like, that's it. I definitely want to do it. It was so much easier than doing the online course. I know an online course, it seems counterintuitive, right? Because an online course should be easier, but it wasn't. There were so many moving parts and pieces. There was so much traffic I needed to get to that lower priced online course. I didn't have a big list at the time, and I still actually don't. So the ability to be able to bring in higher value clients, sure, that was $9,000 over 6 months that I charged then, but you can be bringing in these clients at like $2,000, $3,000 to start with, and that's even going to make a big difference if you're earning under 5K a month. Okay, so radical price shifts. But what comes up around that, right? There's three big fears that I hear, and they're the ones that I had too, right? I kind of alluded to some of those, which was, mine was, I'm not Marie Forleo. There's no way I could have a mastermind. I'm not the best business guru. I've only been going, this was in 2013, so I'd had a couple of years experience by then, but I was like, I'd only really had a couple of years experience, right? I didn't have some big selling online course. And in fact, I didn't even have an online course apart from my Facebook ads one to give people when they came into the mastermind. So I didn't make it a mastermind about Facebook ads, stupidly actually, because I probably should have done that. But I wanted, in working with people on their Facebook ads, what I uncovered was most people didn't have their offer or their message to market right. And that's my superpower, helping people create their offer out of their skills, talents, and expertise, making sure that it's aligned with the kind of clients they want to bring in, and having the space to, give people custom advice and feedback around that too, which is super important. But what came to me is I'm not the most well-known expert in my industry. Like I said, I wasn't then either. 2013, I was not. And I'm still not. I had a woman join as a private client this week, and she was like, I don't really know who you are. I've seen you around a little bit, but I don't even really know how to work with you. She didn't know who I was from a bar of soap, right? So, but that's okay. Now, with the ability of one streamlined, simple funnel, which I'll go into in tomorrow's session 3, you have the ability to transform people from cold to converted very quickly, and still deliver great value. It doesn't mean they're going to drop off because once they start working with you, they're going to uncover that you're absolutely crap. No, because in a mastermind container, you have the ability to make sure that you can set up the framework for success. And that is really, really powerful. Unlike an online course where you're just focusing on the next sale, next sale, next sale, because you need to reach your targets with higher levels of people, right? And you kind of get a little resentful when you undercharge. This happens a lot, actually. When you're doing these, my beautiful $150 a week for Facebook ads, who wouldn't want that? God, I want to find someone who wants to charge $150 a week to run, create, and manage my ads, right? How fabulous. But of course, when somebody's hiring me at $150 a week to run their ads, guess how they're valuing me? Not very highly, because that's cheap, right? And yeah, everyone loves to get a bargain, but no one really values that bargain if it's cheap, right? So then what happens is that the dynamic between you and your buyer or your client or whatever it is starts to become, that resentment starts to build, where you're like, I'm doing all this and you're paying me only this, right? And that thought happens again and again. And it just builds you up to start absolutely hating your clients. Now, who wants to start a business and hate their clients? It's the pits. I've been there, I've done it, where I'm like, yeah, gosh, God, I'm doing this, that client. Or you see an email and you're like, oh, them again, right? You shouldn't be in business doing that, right? This is not okay. And pricing is such a key to you falling in love with your clients. When there is a fair and equitable exchange of services and pricing, it totally transforms the fun that you have in your business, the way you fall in love with your business. And yes, that is possible, even when you're working hard. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about setting up your clients' expectations too. But just be aware that charging less, it's like this is faulty belief. Oh, well, I'll charge less because I don't think I'm good enough. Yet then you'll attract clients who only buy on price, who don't value you, and become a freaking nightmare, right? So we got to stop that, okay? So you're not the most well-known expert in your industry. Well, neither am I. But like I said yesterday, from May to May this year, I've been able to bring in $609,000, spending $22,000 a year on ads. So in a year, $609,000 in sales. That's Australian, not US, right? But still, being able to bring that, no one really knows who I am. I've got a list of 4,000 people, and my sphere of influence is very small. Doesn't matter. I create great results for my clients. I love the clients that I work with. I have one signature offer that makes it really easy for people to say yes. I can work with clients privately as well. Those are my two opportunities. You come into Mastermind Success Secrets or you work with me privately. One or the other. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, right? And the problem is, if my main offer that you could say yes to was a $197 course, and my list is what it is, 4,000 people, guess what I'd be making a month? Not very much, despite the fact that I've been doing this for 10 years, right? So pricing is so essential, okay? Okay, number two, the other sort of faulty belief that comes in, or issue or objection or problem that you're going to go, I can't charge more because I don't have a big list or a big following, right? Who here thinks that? I thought that too. I'm not a big deal. I'm not a big fish in this, maybe you are a big fish in a small pond. Sometimes when you've got a small list, you could be, right? But you're not one of the big guys or gals, right? So surely you can't, I don't have, my list is only 150, whatever. It doesn't matter. What we do is we anchor back into the outcome that we provide. Maybe you need help in seeing the value of that outcome. Now, that doesn't mean you need to give them a little taste at a smaller amount first for them to see your value. They can see your value from the outset when your message to market is clear, and when you provide great value, and when you understand the problem that your client is facing. And when you dial into that and you can connect, you can convert, you can create great results that are worth a lot of money. Think about it. Yesterday I was talking about Jana and her program to make women want to sleep with their husbands, right? And you think about that, that's not making people money. But guess what it is doing? It's saving marriages. Think about the cost of a divorce. Think about the cost of raising children as a single mother because you got divorced because you couldn't figure this problem out, right? So every problem does come back to a cost. And that's also what in the workbook, I'll probably get you to do this, do the exercise a little bit. I'll explain it, but I might do it after I run through some of this. But I'm talking about you thinking about the results that you get, not just in terms of money, but in terms of health and well-being, in terms of relationships, in terms of business and career, and in terms of purpose or power. So when people are disempowered, that can cost them a lot. It can cost them a lot in terms of their success. It can cost them a lot in terms of their peace of mind. And it can cost them a lot in terms of their potential, right? But often we don't think about that. People are quick to think, well, how much money could something make you? That is actually irrelevant. And I see time and time again, the best offers that are working like gangbusters right now are not money-making offers at all. You can have a solid promise that doesn't even relate to money. That's okay as well, okay? So, it definitely, a big list or a big following doesn't matter, because guess what? We have a really powerful single funnel that we can be using to take our clients from cold to converted, and I will take you through that tomorrow, okay? There's a little thing called Facebook, and we love it, okay? So I'm going to share with you how that works without overwhelming you, without you, spending a ton of cash. It's quite simple. The third one is that you don't have a flow of leads coming in, right? So it's like you don't have a handle on your lead generation. You don't feel confident in where your next client is coming from. So you're kind of going, you're flying blind. You have no certainty in your business. So what does, when we're feeling fearful like that, what we often do is we just kind of freeze, right? Then we go, okay, well, we're not going to move forward with anything because I don't know where the next month's money is coming from. So it's very hard to go from I don't have a flow of clients to I'm going to raise my rates, because it seems counterintuitive, right? It seems like, but no one's buying now. Why on earth would they start buying if I increase my prices? But that's the very reason that they will, because a little bit like I said before, who values you? Who values cheap? No one, except for a quick hit and run, right? Like, great, I like getting a bargain, but do I really have the faith in it? Do I really trust it? Am I going to respect and lovingly adore that purchase? Probably not, right? So this is really, I hope this is landing for you, because these are the important things to look at before you look at what to charge. Right? Because what to charge feeds into all of this, and it feeds into your customers and your clients' results so much more than you think, right? You sitting there you're probably not sitting if you're undercharging and over delivering. You're probably running around like crazy, right? But you doing that isn't serving. It might serve them. They get great results for nothing. But at the end of the day, it's not really, because you don't have the capacity, the time, and the freedom to give your all to to creating that transformation for your clients. You'll start to resent your clients. You'll start to break your business. That's another one. Breaking your business. That one happens a lot. And that can be a factor of the price thing, where you've got too many clients, you're overworked, or they start expecting too much because you're overwhelmed, you're not charging enough, you can't deliver, and things just kind of blow up, right? And then you want the next shiny thing. Oh, I saw an ad. I just want to do a cheap, tiny offer because that'll be just so much easier than me actually dialing in my main signature offer of how I help clients. Think about that for a moment. Well, I want to make a really big impact in the world. I'm here to change lives, or I'm here to really help others. Yeah, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to see it. They better not ask me a question. And if they pay me $27 and go away after that, then I'm happy, right? That I know you're here to make an impact. I know if you're spending time watching a video and learning about what to do in business and how to reach more clients, you're here for more than some quick hit and run transaction. You want a meaningful, lasting relationships with your clients, because that is what's satisfying. Yes, we're in it to make money. I'm not here to say we're going to be a charity, but there's no better feeling than having that meaningful exchange and helping others move through a problem and transform, rather than buy something that they never act on. And great, you got your $27. Now, I'm all for having one of those tiny offers if that's an entry level into your signature offer. That's fine. Like I said yesterday, I'm not anti-online courses, but if you're putting all your eggs in one basket with a low-priced online course, it's not going to work for you. And that's what I see time and time again. So I want to make sure that either if your low price online course stays where it's at, that's great, but we add like a deeper offer that's going to allow them to escalate from that to that. Okay, so there's a few different opportunities, and that's how I work with my clients in Mastermind Success Secrets. We take a look at what you've got, and I'll create more of a bespoke program for you, what to do, how we're going to position your message, what market you're going to go into, how we're going to niche you down, how we're going to make sure you're charging what you are worth, and making sure that container energetically feels really good between you and your clients. Okay, no cookie cutter here. I'm going to be telling you some proven prices. Don't worry, stick around, because I know everyone loves that. Everyone loves a little paint by numbers, because you don't want to trust yourself. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to here to tell you how to trust yourself, and also tell you what to do at the same time, because I love telling people what to do. Oh, just joking, not really. Anyway, so those three things. So I'm not the most well-known expert in the market. I don't have a big list or a following. I don't have certainty in my leads coming in, right? So that keeps you undercharging, doing your beta rounds, getting your testimonials. Guess what testimonials you get from free programs? Not very good ones. Why? Because people don't do them, because they don't value them. Free and beta rounds are even worse, okay? So stay away from that. They are a no-no. Okay, so like I said, lower price doesn't necessarily increase conversions. So that can be a bit of a faulty belief as well. So let's just get out of that. So how do you start raising your prices? I said today the title was the three, I can't even say this because it's such a tongue twister, right? But the 3 fear-free keys. Sometimes I just get into the alliteration. 3 fear-free keys to raising your rates. So let's talk about one of them. And I was going to get my whiteboard. I might get my whiteboard out tomorrow. Who here's up for some whiteboard action? I know my mastermind, I used to have the in-person retreats, and I was famous for whiteboarding stuff out, and just some 7-figure ideas came off that whiteboard. Let me tell you, it was awesome. Anyway, 3 fear-free keys. What's the first one? Use a proven price point. So let me talk to you about the 3 that I'd like to deal with. And really, there's probably only 2. Well, two key areas and 2 price points within those areas. How does that sound? So the first one is I would like you to charge $3,000. Okay? Why $3,000? $3,000 works really well, okay, for a coaching intensive, that is. Okay, so that's where you're going to have a bit more of a hybrid program. You're still going to have leverage. You might run it for, say, 3 months. You might run it for 6 if you're just starting out. That's fine too. You're going to be thinking one-to-many. This isn't private coaching. This is group, okay? And you're going to bring people in. You're going to create a If you've got an online course, great, we'll pull that in if it aligns to the message to market that we dial in when we work together. And if you don't have an online course, that's fine. You may just have to build in a little bit more support, a little bit more coaching time to iron out some of those kinks, get people on track with your process. Now, the process we also map out in together in Mastermind Success Secrets. Make sure there's repeatable steps to that process. Now, this offer may be an offer that dives into one area of what you do. Generally, it's like we'd like to get specialized, can't speak today, get specialized and niche down as much as we can. So $3,000 is a good place to start. Can you do $2,000 or $5,000? Yep. You can. We'd work that out, okay? But I'm just going to, people like prescriptions here, okay? So $3,000 offer for a 3 to 6 month program. You do a weekly group call. You might have a one-on-one onboarding call at the beginning of that. Great, okay? You can break that down into payment plans. I'm all good with that too, okay? That works really well as one of your first offers or an ongoing offer as well, all right? Going back, I missed one of my price points. Probably scared you with the $3,000 one. There's another price point I really like, and that's $497. I am all for a $497 offer. Do I have one? No, I don't have one myself, but I love a $497 offer. I think they work very well in this market. It is not too risky for people to jump in. You can give a portion of your main offer. I don't love it being your everything, but I have had some clients who've done very nicely, think $40,000 a month, think $30,000 a month with a $497 offer that they're running with Facebook ads. So that is possible. But I've seen the $3,000 offer work way better. And also, you're not going to get as overwhelmed as quickly because you only need like maybe 5 $3,000 clients a month coming in to hit your income goals or add that to your current income. Okay, so I love me a bit of $497 as well. I think it's a beautiful price point. And today someone was saying they were going to make it $597, and I was like, no, $597 and $697, they don't really convert. Okay. Very rarely. Not saying never say never, you never know, right? But they generally don't. If someone's going to pay $697, generally they'll pay $997, so you may as well go to the $997. $497 and $997 are proven kind of online price points. So even out of this workshop, if you don't come and work with me in Mastermind Success Secrets, or you don't get my advice, or you don't jump on a call and have a pricing call with me, which are no charge, by the way, if all you take away is moving your course from 97 or 197 to 497, then I'm happy. Okay, you got to get your lead gen and your traffic dialed in too, but I'm happy with that. Okay, so we can go 497, we can go 3,000. Next step up, we can go 12,000. Now that would be more your year-long mastermind, right? Look, you can definitely charge $12,000 a week if you wanted to. There's no holds bar on this. Like I said, you're going to come for. I'm giving you some set prices because people like that prescriptive nature, right? But really, the biggest thing standing in the way of what to charge is you and what's in between here, right? Your thoughts about yourself, your thoughts about your work and your clients, your thoughts about your competition. Oh, but Susie Cream Cheese charges $500 for that, so I can't charge $3,000. Yes, you can, because you're not offering what Susie Cream Cheese is offering. You're offering you, and the way that we structure based on values and outcome, it makes it a no-brainer to charge more. Now, I'm not here to just slap a high ticket price on your stuff for the sake of it. Here's a really easy way. This is a bit like yesterday what I was talking about with why does everyone tell you need an online course that will make you passive income? Because it's super easy to teach. If I actually thought that shit would work, I would just teach that because that is so easy. Here you go, get Kajabi, get Teachable, put all your expertise, like get your post-it notes out and put your modules in there and then film the videos and put them in the thing and then get a sales page. And look, it sounds simple. I know it takes a little bit more work than that, but to teach it, simple. Because you can teach everyone the same thing as well. It's like cookie cutter. How many people have taken a course like that? So you get this and then you get that and you're still sitting there going, it doesn't kind of make sense. And then you sort of go, oh, whatever. It only cost me a little bit. I'll just chalk that up to experience, right? But when you're working side by side with someone, when someone has got their eyes on what you're doing, and that can support you and can say and can give you that course correction, that's invaluable. Okay, so I got off on a tangent. I was telling you about the online course thing's easy to teach. What was the other thing I was saying? Something else that does my head in the industry about what's easy to teach. Anyway, I might remember. I actually had a really good point there. I got so excited about the online course thing. Ah, dear me. Can't remember, but anyway, it was good. Yes, so 12,000. Yeah, like I said, you can charge more if you want. These are some price points that I know are working in the current market. Like I said, I've got a client charging $497, making around $40K a month. Okay, that's not a deep dive mastermind. That's an online course and a Facebook group for a 6-week period. Okay, $3,000, you could do that as a 3-month program. If you don't have an online course, then do an upfront online, an upfront one-on-one call to get set where they're at, and then leverage everyone in group calls. And by group calls, you're still giving them laser coaching, so they still move ahead. They might have a Facebook group, they might not. That's okay. You get to decide. It's kind of like a buffet. Go and decide what you'd like to put on and what you'd like to take off. If you've got questions about that, then just type them in and let me know. If you want to validate your price, please type them in. Even if you're on replay, just do #replay, tag me in it. I'll see it and I'll come back. So they're proven price points. So that's one fear-free key to raising your price, is using a proven price point and just kind of like, okay, I don't want to think too much on it. I don't want to go into a deep dive into my mindset. I want to pick something that's going to be known to convert, okay? And then second one is stop attracting clients who buy on price only. Because that, and it's funny because the less you charge, the more of those you're going to get. So if you keep attracting clients who only buy on price, then you are setting yourself up to fail. You are setting yourself up to never feel confident with your pricing. You're always going to be questioning, it's too much because they told me it was really expensive, right? You've got to let go of that noise. You've got to own the value of the outcome that you provide. Yes, do your due diligence on that. That's what I do with my clients. Well, let's work out what is happening in the market. What are your competitors charging? That it's relevant. That's basic economics, right? It's basic marketing. How are you going to position yours? Who's your target market? What's their capacity to buy? How big's the problem for them? You know, how doable is the results that you're promising? All of those things come into it. But when you just go on price alone and you don't pre-qualify your clients with the beautiful art of webinars or video workshops like this, where they get a real sense of what you're about, what you can do for them, who it's for, who it's not for, those kind of things, right? You've got to set that expectation. You've got to help them understand that so that you stop attracting clients who are only going to buy you on price. It's the same as if you're having calls to enroll people in your program, and people say, "Can you just send me the price?" No, I can't, because I don't know if I want to sell you this program until I understand if you're a fit, right? So sometimes I share a price once I know that people have seen more of my stuff. But if you just ask me, well, how much is that program? No, I'm not. It's free because I don't know if you can buy it yet. Right? And also what happens is that those clients who buy on price will hear a price and just go, oh no, too expensive, not for me. They haven't put it in the context or the framework of understanding how much the problem that you help them solve is costing them. Okay? So, and also how you are going to be able to get them results. I don't like accepting clients that I can't get results for. I want to make sure that I'm going to get results for each and every client. Okay? So you want to stop that stuff right away. So if you're just thinking sales page, people buy from a sales page or Facebook ads to a sales page, no. Okay. So first one was use a proven price point. Second one was stop attracting clients who buy on price. Now this isn't in the workbook because I created this today because I really like these 3 keys. So you can just write them down in your workbook. Okay. 3 is stop thinking you need a price strategy and start observing your thinking instead, right? So stop relying on someone to tell you what to charge and start using a proven process to uncover the cost of them staying where they are. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's very, very true. We need them to understand that. Because, look, you'll get better at doing what you're doing. More people start to know you the more that you do. As long as you're getting results for your clients and the investment that they make in you is commensurate with the results that they get, not just financial, then happy days. You're going to be fine. If that's converting, then you're going to be doing well. And this is what I also like about simple Facebook funnels that don't take a lot of time to set up, is that you can know pretty quickly whether the price is making an impact or not. And once you've sold a couple, then price is not the issue. You probably just got a conversion or a traffic problem. Okay? So this isn't about just jacking up prices or putting a sticker on it, but literally you do get to decide. So it's about being more empowered with your price. And if you need help in the workbook, I have got this exercise where is my field workbook? I didn't put the field bit in there. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So that's also goes for stop equating it to measure of time. That's another thing that comes out. I haven't got that in my notes, but often people say, well, yeah, but they'll work out then if they're paying me this, they'll work out that's really only $100 an hour. You don't want to price or package your beautiful services in any way that makes people compare you as a price per hour, okay? You don't want to be charging by the hour unless you're charging a really high amount for a 1 hour private call. Okay, you don't want them to be looking at the charge by the hour, because then people price shop. You attract clients who only care about price. And even I've had a lot of therapy clients, psychotherapists, dietitians, nutritionists, naturopaths, who are very stuck in that model of charging by the hour. I get you out of that. We revert to a package price. One of my clients went from generally, I think, $250 an hour in her clinic to a $3,000 price a package, where she didn't even see them in clinic anymore. We just took away that whole clinic mindset, right? Because there's an advantage to them not having to come into the clinic. They don't have travel time. They get more access than just the clinic time. They get a bigger result because you've got more resources that they can dive into. You can see the whole journey and how to support them through that. Like, it's highly, highly valuable. So you've got to also be shifting that perception of, well, I only get great results with one-on-one. Like one of my clients today, she is a psychologist, and she was like, yeah, but, they get much better results when I do one-on-one. Well, that might just be because you haven't created the right steps and container for your leveraged mastermind yet, and that program that you want to take them through as you help them. Okay, because to me, I believe there's so much more value and power in being in a group of people who transform than being on your own. Like I said yesterday, it's really easy to just say to your coach, yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, I'll do it next week, right? But when you're in a group and you're seeing other people's results, you're seeing other people transform, there is it's our herd mentality. We want to do better. It inspires us to change. And like I said, it makes it less about you as a guru. So who cares if you have a big following or if no one's ever heard of you? You've curated a powerful group of people on the same path. That is just huge, okay? So this exercise is really cool. When you think about the kind of results you get across, you can't see because it flares up from the light, the results that you get across these key categories that you get your clients. So if you haven't got a program or an offer yet, you can even just be thinking about what kind of, in thinking about your market, what kind of costs are showing up in a first way. Hang on a minute, 1 second. That was the positive outcomes. The costs are on the second page. So you do the positive outcomes first, what great results you get across these areas. That's why there's 2 pages, Victoria, who doesn't know how to teach anything. Can you imagine me as a teacher? The class would be going crazy. Anyway, different those areas, what results do you get? So for me, for example, the results I get business grow, like attract more clients online, in essence, right? With an offer that they love and a great mastermind program. Okay, so money, yes, I get people more money, right? They're the results that we cultivate because they sell more. They generally sell more things for a higher price, and they make more money. They generally go from about $3,000 to $5,000 a month to about $15,000 to $25,000 a month, if not more. Okay, like I said, I've got other clients doing $40,000 a month. If you were on yesterday's call, you see my email from my other client who made $500,000 this month. She's not my client now, but she was, and she wanted to thank me for showing her the way, right? When she came to me, she was making $4,000 a month. Okay, so that's what I help people do. I love it. Health and well-being. Well, when they have a business that they love and they have clients they love, guess what? They're going to feel more energetic. When I tell them to stop trying to burn themselves out and being a ridiculous recovering perfectionist, not even a recovering perfectionist, just a perfectionist, then they might wind things back a little bit. So they also feel great about having the opportunity and flexibility with more income to be able to do like go on retreats or do more exercise, get a personal trainer, do more yoga classes, whatever. So that could be in there. Relationships. Generally, they're going to have a better relationship with their partner when they stop having this really expensive hobby that their partner's kind of got the shits with, right? Because all this money goes out of the house and not much comes in. So what happens when money starts coming into the house? I've also had a lot of single clients. I've had a lot of gay clients. I've had a lot of clients who end up wanting, like once they get successful, wanting to leave their husband too, right? Or their partner or whoever it is. Lots of different things can happen there. But success brings about those changes for you to see how you want to anchor back in and strengthen your relationship or make changes. Business or career, obviously more visibility, being able to, step into their power of the expertise, or that comes next with that purpose or power. Living on purpose, doing their dream, not in some soul-sucking job in a cubicle, right? They're the results. What are the costs of them not working with me? Well, the cost of them not working with me, well, we just look at what income they're making versus what average income I can help them create. And everyone, that will be different. So that's, like I said, on a call, we can map that out, what that could look like for you. I'm not here to just tell you, yep, sure, you can definitely make 15 grand next month. Well, I want to see what you've got, and I'll give you my advice on that. Go to victoriagibson.com/call, or just DM me here and we can even chat on Facebook. Other costs, health and well-being. If you have not got a great business model, you'll be like me with my $150 a week or my $5,000 a month clients that just like working me hard, right? Like I couldn't step away from looking at the ad accounts. I was like on it all the time. I couldn't have any time away. My business is totally dependent on me. And I had adrenal fatigue, really. I was up till 2 a.m. every single night. Had adrenal fatigue badly. I will not sacrifice my health for my business ever again. And I know that a lot of other women are doing that. It's a really easy trap to fall into. Really, really easy. And it's such a bad trap to fall into. Worse than, I'd rather you be poor and have energy, right? No one wants to be poor. Come on. I don't know if we'll go that far. But I'd rather you have energy and make less money. I'd rather you have a business you love. I'd rather you have great relationships than have great money. But if we can have all of them, then let's do it. Business or career, yes, the business grows, the reputation grows, the feelings of impact and influence grow. Purpose or power, yeah, you're going to be living on power, right? Oh, no, this was a cost. I was going the results. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Relationships, you could be getting divorced, right, because your business isn't working. Business or career, you could be like, sitting there like with no confidence, no hope for the future about what you could create, and sacrifice a great business and go back to a job because you don't know how to make this work, which means that you won't be living on purpose or power, and you could go back to a salary and forego, a good couple of $100,000 a year. That's the cost. So when you go to look at then investing in my program, it kind of looks like peanuts, right? So that's what you've got to start looking at in terms of, I don't care if you don't make people money in particular. There's other ways that we can value the outcome that you provide. I've had clients across so many different industries that aren't just money making. A lot of them, they generally fall into health and well-being. Some of them do fall in business. That is more money. I get that. But more of that sort of health, well-being and spirituality, right? Those actually way easier to get converting, funnily enough, than business offers. So do not tell yourself some BS story about you don't make people money so you can't charge more. All right? So do that exercise, but do it the right way, not the wrong way like I did. So put the results across those areas that you get people and the cost across those areas of them not working with you. Then I want you to think, you're now going to have a list of the benefits and the cost, and time to think about the potential price, even based on some of those proven prices that I talked about as well. Hopefully that will help you too. Okay. So, it's time to start using price as a positive marketing tool. It's nothing to be scared of. Okay, it brings up all this fear because we have so many thoughts about ourselves, our clients, our competition. It doesn't need to. You just need a structure to create something, to create this transformation that is highly valuable. And value doesn't just mean money. But in doing that, you've got to feel worthy enough and you've got to value yourself. That's so, so important. If you don't feel like you're in that space, or you don't feel like you know the path to connect the two of those, then book in for a call with me. You can go to, you can just DM me. I think I've done my personal page, a personal profile for this live. You can just DM me or go to my business page, and send me a message, or you can book in a time to have a chat, victoriagibson.com/call, and let's iron that out, because I'm not here for a cookie cutter approach. I know I gave you some set prices only because I know everyone loves that, right? And it does give you a guidance, and it would stop you from having a $697 offer or a $97 offer, so that's okay. But I want to make sure that you've got a tailored path to move forward, so that you know how that you have your questions answered, that you understand what's going to be right for you, your market, and your clients. It's that real triad that needs to come together to make it work. It's not just about you, it's not just about them either, and it's not just about who's in the market and who's better than you. There's always going to be someone better than you. But what I will tell you is that the bloodied waters of competing on price are not the way to have a fulfilling business. They're not the way to set yourself up energetically to serve your clients, okay? And also neither is that's what I knew I'd remember by the end of this call. You know, when I was saying it's easy to teach online courses, it's also really easy to teach, hey, just charge more, high ticket, right? It's really easy to teach that. But getting the mindset right around that, and also what that does for client expectations, that sets you up for enjoyment in your business. Going too high can actually cause you a lot more problems. Sometimes that is your own mindset coming into play, but it can also mean that your clients get very clingy, demanding, and needy because they're really scared about their own challenges with investing at that level. I've seen that meltdown so much in, I've been in lots of masterminds, which gives me an insight into lots of things, and I love that too. But I was in one mastermind once, and it was like this intensive. You had to like go to their house and work on your business and do all these sales calls. It was kind of like a boiler. I didn't like it. I liked the woman who put it on. I liked what they were intending to do. It just wasn't for me. But what I saw was that this one day they said to one of the girls who was doing really well. She was charging heaps. She was doing well, and I'm sitting there going, I'm not making that sort of money, right? And I was trying to wrap my head around it. I definitely had tons of mindset issues, and this might be impacting what my experience here. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to share my experience. So I'm sitting there, and of course I had those feelings of, I know more than her. Why is she making so much money? I can do much better. I know more than her, right? But do you know what she had? She had no mindset bullshit about her pricing. And so they told her on this thing, I'll never forget it. They said, all right, so now your offer's going to be $100,000. And I was sitting there going, what? $100,000? She's going to go and like ring people up and say it's $100,000? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, she did it. She got her first, like within 2 hours, she got her first $100,000 client. So, you know, sky's the limit. So here I am poo-pooing I'm not. But actually, I did know that client after she ended up coming to me. And yeah, she melted down after investing $100,000 because everything was riding on that. And as a coach, we can't guarantee everything. It's a collaborative process, right? Yes, we are there for them. We support, guide and nurture them. We can't guarantee. If you can guarantee, then fine. I mean, sometimes I say to people, hey, if I can see what they've got, I sometimes do say I'll absolutely guarantee that will work, because I know in my experience that it will, and that I haven't got anything to lose by doing it. But with this instance, you know, that put so much pressure on her. I think she almost had some, some serious mental health issues after that. It stressed her out so much. So I don't want you to have those clients that only compare on price, and I don't want you to have those clients who freak out about investing at high levels either. I want you to find a nice energetic exchange where you feel good, they feel good, you can get the results that you need, you're clear on the results you get, you have an amazing group who all support one another. There's just not a better place to be in, where you can still make the income goals, or hit the income goals that you have set for yourself and all of that too. Does that make sense? Let me know. No one's giving me any love. I'm going to go and question everything unless you hit the like button. Here I am seeking validation. Means absolutely nothing. I hope that has given you some insight into how to elevate your prices, how to perhaps repackage and repurpose where you are. And if so, then you need to join me tomorrow, because we're going to build from the pricing and talk about the funnel to use. I'm going to go into how that works, so that, you don't just have that, I've got to repackage, or I've got to create a mastermind. Well, what can that look like in terms of getting some more certainty around that lead generation? Same bat time, same bat channel. Come here, please. These videos go down, so make sure you watch them. I'll start putting them up in units so that they're easy to find, because I know once things start moving, it's harder to find them. And ask your questions. I'm here to help you. I want to help you. If you want to ask them privately, then message me or book a call. All right? Okay, I've got to go take my daughter to the dentist, and exciting times here, I tell you. I cannot tell you. But anyway, I've loved having been on the session and having you here, and can't wait to hear your thoughts. All right, guys, take care. Bye.